Hello, I'm Professor Tom Wolf. I'm from the University of Cincinnati, and it's my honor to help you with this programming experience you're going to have. In a little while, I'll show you the application that we're going to work on. You might wondering why I look like a wizard. Well, that's because I am a wizard. And so one of the things I tell my students is that I'm privileged to teach at Hogwarts. And so the closest thing that we have to the magic of Harry Potter is the magic of technology. And it's got a tremendous potential to change the world, hopefully to change the world for good. I always try to get my students to be good magicians and good wizards. And it's kind of funny, but there's a famous quote by Arthur C. Clarke. It says that any technology significantly advanced enough is indistinguishable from magic. So this idea that magic, science and technology, to someone who doesn't know about it is a big mystery, just like magic might be to someone who doesn't know about it. So I want to tell you that this is what we teach, and I hope you're interested in learning magic. And one of the messages I want to make sure you get is, yes, it's magic, but you can do it. You can learn how to do it. And that's one of the things we're hoping to do this week, is to give you a taste for these technologies, and hopefully you'll enjoy working with them. So I'm going to go ahead and switch and show you the application that we'll be working on for this week. And I hope you enjoy it. And I'm really hoping that in a few years I'll see you here in our information technology program. You know, I forgot to mention that. I teach at the University of Cincinnati in the College of Education, Criminal Justice, and Health Services in the School of Information Technology. And so we have a program. It's a Bachelor's of Science in Information Technology, and it has two tracks. So you can learn software development, which is what we're doing here, and primarily what I teach, or you can learn network and system administration. And both those are great job skills. Our students have a pretty much 100% employment rate, no trouble getting a job. They make really good money. If you're an adventurous soul and you want to go somewhere else in the country or in the world, you've got a skill set you can take with you. And then we have some options that are starting to emerge for doing additional graduate work. So you might want to combine your information technology degree with a degree in business, so like an MBA. You might be interested in cybersecurity and getting an advanced degree in that area, and there's some other options too. So I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy this taste of technology, and it'll kind of whet your appetite for learning more. Take care.
Okay, so let's take a look at the application we're going to work on this week. This is a website. It's a set of a single HTML page, a style sheet that's in a different file, and some JavaScript code. And it's going to be a greeting card generator. Here's the canvas for the greeting card generator. Right now it's set to be 800 by 800, which we might resize after we figure out if that works well on Facebook and for sending the cards. Excuse me. So the idea here is you're going to generate a sort of random geometric based image and then add a text greeting to it. If I scroll down here, you can see here are the controls, and you're not going to necessarily need to do all of this. This is kind of elaborate. I've added a lot to it. And what I'll do is I'll give you a simple working version, and then I'll let you do what you want, and I'll kind of help you. And our student workers that are going to actually teach the class for you will help you with that. So let me show you how it works, and I'm going to kind of run through the way that it's supposed to work. So this is the default background color. You can see I have background color here. If I click on it, I can pick the color anywhere in here or from one of these predefined ones. Let me pick a light color like that. I think that's a little different. And now if I hit clear, it'll go ahead and put this color on the page there, okay? And then basically when I want to draw, I hit the draw, and these are parameters that affect the drawing. So right now I don't have any figures selected, so it won't draw anything. And you can see that it's going to draw the total number of figures, which I can change. I can also kind of change the size of the figures by affecting the width and the height. And then I can also set the opacity of the figures. So if the opacity is less than 100%, the pictures are somewhat transparent. If you click this fade button, as it draws the figures, they'll progressively get more and more transparent. So the opacity will go down. So let's just go ahead and do one here. I'm going to click line. So this is only going to draw lines because I didn't pick anything else. And then it's going to draw 20 lines. And here's the max width and height. So it's going to randomize the size up to those maximums. And our opacity is at 70. So we'll hit draw. And you can see that it drew 20 lines here. And they're kind of faint, not really anything there significant. But now I can play with this. And each time I draw, it'll continue to add to the canvas unless I hit clear, which will clear it. So let me go ahead and set this up to make them bigger. And I'll go ahead and set that to 300 for the height and the width. And you know, I guess maybe I'd like to make more than 20 at a time. So I'll make this 50 as well. And then the fade seems to be working pretty well, but maybe we can make some that are a little darker and heavier, so I'll set that to 90. Okay, so now I'm going to draw 50 lines. They're going to be longer, and they're going to have a different level of opacity. So here we go, okay? Now, without changing the settings, I can do this as many times as I want, and I can just continue to draw. And again, it just keeps adding until I hit clear. So now I cleared it. And let's just go ahead and begin to play with some of these other things here real quickly. So if we want, let's do the polygon and the circle and the spiral. So you should be able to tell what those are if I just draw those. So here we can see I've got different kinds of polygons, some circles in there. And I'm really fond of spirals, so I have my spirals. And let's go ahead and clear that. And then I'm just going to show you. These are kind of weird, these curves. So we have a quad curve and a Bezier curve. And later on, we'll explain what those are if we have time this week. But right now, I'll just show you what they do. And so it's two different kinds of curves. And whoops, I left the circle on there, didn't I? All right, so let me clear that, undo the circle. So we have the quad and the Bezier, and I'll hit draw. And so you can see, like, here's a quadratic curve. And then the Bezier curves have two control points. So they tend to be a little bit different than the quadratic ones. Okay, so those are just like random curves. Again, everything's randomized here. You don't have a lot of control, except for how many times you draw and what figures you use. So the idea is it's just going to kind of create an abstract design based on these. Okay? All right, let's clear this one more time. I'll show you the last couple here. We might add some more figures this week, and you might decide to add more figures too. Now, I don't expect that you're going to make every one of these options, okay? So we'll see how much time we have, and I'll try and give you the options that you want to use. So I've set one up I call the cobweb and an aster. And so it's still set the other settings. I'll leave those. I'll just go ahead and hit draw. And this is the cobweb here, this shape that has these little web segments in it. And then that's what I call an aster. Okay. So there you go. All right. So let me do a little bit more to make this pretty dense. I've now got kind of an abstract pattern. The idea now is once I have the card kind of where I want it, then I can add the text. So now I'm going to go down here to the bottom where I have the text thing. I'll set my font size, and 30 is actually kind of small. This is in pixels. So I'm going to bump it up here to 50, and then you can pick what kind of font you like. I'm sort of fond of the Comic Sans. And then you can pick the fill color and the outline color. So let's go ahead and since this has a light background, I'm going to go with kind of a yellowish text. I'm not real good with color. You'll figure that out as you see what I do. So I'll pick that for my fill color and hit OK. And then for my outline color, I think today I'll just use black. So let's see. Yeah, that's black. Okay. And then I'm going to type my message in here. Hello, students. I hope you enjoy. I can't type very well. The magic of programming. And I'll check that. It looks pretty good. Hello, students. I hope you enjoy the magic of programming. I think I spelled everything right. And so then I'll click the draw button. And if we go up here, oh, that's funny. It didn't work. Let's see. Oh, I forgot. I clicked the wrong button. I went text. That was so silly of me, wasn't it? So when I hit draw, it actually drew some more of the figures. So I have to hit the text button. There we go. Hello, students. I hope you enjoy the magic of programming. So there's my message. Now my card is sort of done. That's the idea. And so now I'm going to click Save. And when I click Save, a little message pops up and it says to save your card, right-click on the pop-up image. And then when I hit OK, the image pops up. So here's my card in a new web browser tab, and it's a PNG style file. So now I right-click, save image as, and I just save it to my local drive. So I'm going to save this to C temp, and then so you can see it's going to call download PNG. I haven't figured out a way to change the name yet, so you have to change it as you save it. We might be able to figure that out before the week's over. So I'm going to say my first greeting card and go ahead and save it. And then we're in pretty good shape now. So if I close the browser down or just minimize it for a minute, and I go to my C drive and temp, and I've got a bunch of other stuff there too, but if there's my first greeting card. So now if I open this, it'll try to open it in an Adobe product that I have installed. So I think what I'm going to do instead is see if I can get the preview of it. So there it is. So now you can see that I have the file. I could embed it in an email, or I could share it on Facebook, or send it to someone. So that's the idea of our greeting card application. Excuse me. So I hope you're excited about this. This is the introduction to what we're going to be doing this week, and I'll get into the technical details here directly. So I'm looking forward to working with you this week. I hope you're excited about our application.